I'm happy to be here, honestly. I like Canada, the people were cheering over there, but I almost got stuck in your country at the beginning of this week. My wife told me that I was drinking too much in the airport lounge. My wife's a comedian as well, so we go on the road together. It's a beautiful thing, unless she's telling me that I'm drinking too much in the airport lounge. She was like, I think you had one too many whiskeys, damn, before this flight. I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? And then I lost my passport on the plane. And then I was like, you might have been right, honey. It was terrible. I had to go to the U.S. consulate. Yeah, I just had to sit there and get an emergency passport. It's a tough time for when they ask you, they're like, hey, why do you want to go back to America? And then like everything plays in your head and you're like, I don't know why, actually. It doesn't seem, maybe I'll hang out for a little while here. If you walk up to a house that's on fire, you don't go in. It's chill. But no, they give you a big purple passport that says emergency. It's purple. They just want to rub it in on, like, you fucking idiot. So I had to cancel flights for a few days because I got stuck in Canada, because it didn't happen very quick, because our government shut down. Terrible time to lose a passport when the one place that could fix it is closed. That being said, the employees who helped me, they're not getting paid, so you're getting the people who are just there for the love of the game. Those are people who woke up and their job said, you're getting no money today, and they said, yeah, I want to help people get fucking passports. Honestly, there was only 3 of us. Everyone else was trying to get visas into America, which seems like a bad time to do that. It was the weirdest reality show I ever was a part. I sat there. There was no booth. They didn't do it in private. These people pled their lives. I want to go to America. And then the guy would just be like, no. Or yes. Some people got yes. One guy was a pilot. He was like, I'm a pilot. I want to go to America. When you hear that, even the most liberal guy in us turns around to be like, what's he fucking look like? You know? Oh, shit, it's an Asian pilot. Let him in. Someone spilled a drink on that, and that's fun. Or they got angry and threw it, but it didn't hit. The pilot got in. My 2 flights got canceled, so I got stuck in the middle seat because I was trying to get home from... I lost the passport in Vancouver, made it to Calgary because I had a show there, and then made it home. But I got stuck in the middle seat. I was angry in the middle seat. It was all they had open, and when I'm angry, I hate everybody who walks onto the plane. I'll just look at them and I'll judge them for different reasons, and I'll really feel certain things about people. Like, nothing about what they look like, it's just the choices they're making. Like, a guy walked onto the plane and he had a neck pillow around his neck while he was walking. Not the biggest issue, right? But it had one of those button flaps, and it was buttoned shut, and I fucking hated him for it. You know, sometimes you just need to see something to know it's a pet peeve, and I'm like, that's it, I don't like him. But of course, when you judge someone that hard, they're the person that's gonna sit next to you, right? That's just how whatever is up there works. You put enough negative energy out there, whatever God is up there is like, sit next to neck pillow guy for 4.5 hours. So then you're just looking at, and he sat next to me, and I felt bad. I'm not like a terrible guy. Like you start to, maybe I judged him too hard. I'm a weird guy. I have things that make me comfortable. Like maybe the neck pillow makes him comfortable. And then it was a United flight. They give the sour cream and onion pretzels, and if you fly United, no, it's decent pretzel, yeah. He dropped them down the side of the seat, so they're stuck between my leg and his leg. Moment of truth, a guy with a heart removes the neck pillow and goes, where did my pretzels go, right? You gotta get that range of motion back. He left the neck pillow button shut, so he couldn't see where the pretzels went. So I see him just start to put the fingers down and dig around for the pretzels. And he's just fingering for the pretzels. But he's nowhere near the fucking pretzels. He's just on my leg tickling me. And as a man, you just gotta sit there and take it, you know? You don't know what you're gonna do when you get tickled in public until it happens. I froze up. He was on my leg for so long, it's like my leg feels nothing like a pretzel. What are you doing? You have to make him feel weird, like slowly whisper in his ear, you're getting warmer. I fucking hate it. I'm a weird guy too, I don't like being touched, so that shit sets me off, but then you yell at him and you're the bad guy. It's a tough world we got. The worst thing, I'm a weird guy, right? It's some of you notice, comedians get on me because they're like, you talk about it too much on stage, right? Because I grew up with Asperger's, it's not a word anymore, but like if I don't tell the crowd then you're just gonna be like, we saw this weird guy who just stared at the floor the whole fucking time. I need to at least give you a warning as to who I am. Like, 'cause anytime I have a clip go viral online, there's like 10 comments where it's like, it's so amazing this blind comedian gets on stage. And it's like, I'll take the sympathy, but you're a few illnesses off. But it's a terrible time, because Asperger's isn't a word. Asperger's became autism spectrum disorder. It's a whole story I'm not going to get into. But more than anything, when people know that about you, there's autism's having a moment. Everybody wants to talk to you about it. If you are someone who's on the spectrum, they go, oh my God, autism's cool now. It's like, well, I don't care that it's cool now. I'm 30 now. I was a kid in the non-cool years. You weren't with me in the early years. Everyone wants to, they go, what do you think about everything that's going on? It's like, I still think I don't like talking to people. This is not the group that wants to be in the limelight, per se. I hope the next season of Love on the Spectrum is the cast possibly kidnapping and abducting RFK Jr. That would be pretty funny. Regardless of your political opinions, I don't even care it would be so funny if the guy James from Love on the Spectrum was just like, I have gotten RFK Jr. And he has like the fucking sword in his hand, and RFK's like, don't do it, you know? It's like, take it back, say it's not Tylenol. That'd be such a cool, like, it's one of those grainy terrorist videos, but it's just the whole cast of Love on the Spectrum. And new girl from the last season. People say DEI is bad. They got an autistic girl in the last season who likes trains. That's amazing. Sometimes you need that. It's a great show. My one issue with I usually think Canadians are very nice people, but on the flight, the guy next to me was talking to me, not the neck pillow guy, there was a guy to the left of me. His name was Wally. And so, like, my wife is the row over because she got a middle seat as well. And Wally was talking to us before we got on the plane. Never a good sign when someone's that chatty. And Wally was like, we're on the plane, and my wife had told him we were comedians. So he was, you can't ever tell someone that because then they become too interested in you. Even if they don't know who you are, they want to ask all the questions. But I don't care about that. I'd rather talk to someone about themselves. So I was like, what do you do? I figured that would shut him up for the fucking flight. I was like, what do you do, Wally? He goes, oh, you're a comedian. You wouldn't care what I've done. You've had no interest. I was like, hit me, man. I like chatting. He was like, I worked on the railways for 45 years. I was a train engineer and conductor. And I was like, you have no idea how much I do care, Wally. You couldn't have picked a better fucking person to sit next to. Let's talk about you. Fuck comedy. Forget I'm a comedian. He lost me very quickly, though, because he was like, oh, you like trains? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, some people like trains too much. And I was like, watch your fucking mouth, Wally. Where are you going with this, buddy? He goes, in the train business, us engineers had a term because there were people who would come out to the train tracks and they would just watch the trains every week and wave at us. He was like, we'd call them foamers. And, you know, I was so angry I had to wipe the foam off my mouth before I yelled at him.